Earlier this year, the Trump administration shocked many by dismissing 6 of the 7 members of Puerto Rico's Financial Oversight and Management Board, or as it's known to many on the island, La Junta. Soon after, a federal judge stepped in, temporarily blocking those dismissals for 3 of the board members that sued in court. What happens next is anyone's guess. But after nearly a decade of unelected officials controlling Puerto Rico's finances, one question looms large. How did we get here?
The board was created by Congress in 2016 to handle Puerto Rico's massive $73 billion debt crisis. Using its plenary powers to govern Puerto Rico under its current territory status, Congress passed PROMESA and created the board as a temporary emergency measure to facilitate an orderly restructuring of the island's debt. But in doing so, Congress stripped away the authority of local elected officials, including the power of the purse. Unlike every U.S. state, Puerto Rico's elected governor and legislature can't actually approve their own budget. An unelected board has the final say. That's not democracy, that's colonial oversight and subordination. The good news is that the board has restructured 80% of that debt, bringing it down from $70 billion to a more manageable $31 billion. Puerto Rico has also cut unemployment in half and passed its first balanced budget since 2016. But here's what's still at stake. The remaining $9 billion in debt from Puerto Rico's broken electric utility company, PREPA. Without resolving this, the island can't rebuild its fragile power grid, and both families and businesses continue facing some of the highest electricity costs in the entire U.S. New board appointments will determine whether Puerto Rico finally escapes the financial oversight or remains trapped in fiscal and budgetary limbo that is blatantly colonial. Congress must ensure that these nominees prioritize Puerto Rico's U.S. citizens, not just bondholders. But here's the bigger picture. PROMESA was supposed to be temporary. Puerto Ricans have repeatedly voted to end territory status and in favor of statehood. Real economic prosperity requires resolving the island's unequal political status once and for all. The board's restructuring is more than financial policy. It's about whether the 3.2 million U.S. citizens will finally get the democratic representation and economic equality they deserve. The time for territorial colonialism is over. So here's what you can do. Contact your representatives in Congress. Tell them to finally resolve Puerto Rico's political status, because Puerto Rico's future shouldn't be decided by an unelected board. It must be decided by the democratic will of the island's residents. Visit PR51st.com to join our movement today.